The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are at a crossroads. They're moving on from Byron Leftwich, a firing that I disagree with, and Tom Brady might be on the move. Can they do enough this offseason to remain at the top of the NFC South? Like and subscribe, and let's get into it. First and foremost, let's discuss the man, the myth, the legend, Byron Leftwich. He truly has been a beast play caller and developer of the offense in Tampa. I know everyone credits Bruce Arians, and no doubt he taught Leftwich a lot. But Leftwich was the play caller and led the Bucs offense to a top 3 finish in points per game in 2019, 2020, and in 2021. Keep in mind, he did this with Jameis Winston before Brady ever arrived as the savior of the franchise. The Bucs in Leftwich's tenure has thrived in that red zone, averaging a touchdown 65% of the time when they get inside the 20 prior to this season. This season, they plummeted to 50%. My best guess about why that could be the case is the injured and depleted offensive line combined with injuries at wide receiver. Losing Antonio Brown, as crazy as he is, definitely hurt the offense. Julio Jones couldn't stay on the field and didn't get significant targets until the playoff game against the Cowboys. So all that to say, yes, the offense wasn't good this year, but I don't think Leftwich should have been fired over it. But Bowles had to blame someone other than himself. So where do the Bucs go for their next offensive coordinator? Some of the early names being listed include Bill O'Brien, who's the OC at Alabama, Todd Monken, who's the OC at Georgia, Frank Reich, the former Colts coach, and Greg Roman, the former Ravens OC. To me, Todd Monken or Reich make the most sense out of this group if Arians is still going to be around the team at all. Roman is known for his run game more than anything, and the Buccaneers just threw the most passes in the entire league this season. Bill O'Brien, to me, is the top candidate for the Patriots job based on his relationship with Bill Belichick, so he may never interview for Tampa. I will say the one wildcard name that I've heard thrown around is Antoine Randall. He's been the wide receiver coach in Tampa and Detroit, has experience with the players here, and will likely look to make his move to OC at some point. Could be a chance for him to get a shot. Outside the OC position, they have some decisions to make at quarterback, and they need to figure out the offensive line. OL will take care of itself as long as they draft well, sign one starter, and get healthy. I don't tend to worry about that too much. But let's talk about quarterback. Tom Brady's a free agent this offseason, and he's stated that he wants to take some time to figure out his plans. Reading the tea leaves, I think he for sure plays again next season. He didn't show any signs of personally declining, and to me, he's still a top half of the league quarterback. But I don't think he plays in Tampa again. If you watch the ending of his press conference following the Dallas game, he went out of his way to thank the Tampa media for doing their job professionally and just seemed to genuinely appreciate his time with them. To me, it felt like he was saying goodbye to Tampa more so than the NFL as a whole. I'll likely talk about all of Brady's options in another video, but for the time being, let's assume he's leaving. So what does Tampa Bay do to replace the GOAT? The only quarterback still on the roster is Kyle Trask, the 2021 second-round pick from Florida. There's certainly a chance that he's who Bowles would like to move forward with if Brady leaves, but he can't be the only guy on the roster. I think their options are to draft a guy in the first or second round this year and have an open competition, go after a veteran such as Derek Carr or Jimmy G who would come in as the starter, or sign a veteran like Andy Dalton or Baker Mayfield who could compete for the position and likely start the season, but easily give it over to Trask if things aren't going well. With the Bucs still having pretty good weapons that aren't on rookie contracts, I think the move right now is to go after Carr or Garoppolo and try to win now, unless you're okay with a complete rebuild. Their cap space won't allow for them to make any big signings, so they'll have to restructure some contracts or make some cuts in order to sign one of these guys, especially Carr. But I think Bowles has to win now in order to keep his job beyond next season. In the NFC South, anything is possible. I don't see the Panthers, Saints, or Falcons getting exponentially better unless they land a top quarterback, so as long as the Bucs can make good personnel decisions this offseason and get the right coach to lead the offense, then they might be able to repeat as division champions. Who would you like to see at offensive coordinator and quarterback for the Buccaneers? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. Please consider subscribing as we're getting really close to 1,000 subs. I'll see y'all next time.